It's good to see you. I know you're on a winter break you're doing the dual degree program at Eastman and Rochester, which is awesome. It's a fantastic program. And we worked together last year in your senior year. Maybe could we just talk a little
Yeah,
bit about what your experience was like working together?
sure. You really helped me figure out what I need to do to prepare for the auditions. Like I didn't really know much about excerpts and stuff like that before we kind of talked about that. And it was nice. And I felt prepared for all my auditions. And you also helped me get over nerves and just being stressed out about the auditions, which was a kind of like that's been a issue for me, but it was what you did was helpful with that.
I'm happy to hear that was helpful. And I remember you had a lot of success because you were trying to choose between a couple programs. You got into Carnegie Mellon, and it was like their BX, their dual program, and then also this dual program at Eastman and Rochester. Maybe could you talk a little bit about why you were interested in the dual degree program and maybe what it's been like doing the degree program? Maybe you could talk about your classes or just your general feeling about
Yeah.
it.
So with Carnegie Mellon, it would have been a little different because their double program is like just one degree, but it's both things. Whereas what I'm doing now at Eastman and Rochester is two separate degrees, which I think is more helpful for after college. And so right now, the what I'm doing at Eastman, the dual degree, I'm also majoring in math at the University of Rochester. And so far, I've only had one semester, but I was just taking one math class. And next semester, I'm going to be taking two. And it was 2 days a week, or yeah, 2 days a week lectures and one workshop every week. And, I would just go and take the bus and go to lecture. And I would eat lunch or dinner or whatever over there because I think the dining halls are better at the main campus. But um, yeah, I just it's so far it's been mostly music classes and less about my other degree. But what I've heard from guidance counselors, or actually that's not what they're called, but the academic advisors have said that as you get as you go on, like your first 2 years, you spend more time in music classes, and then later it kind of evens out.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. I'm sure that people will find that helpful.
Yeah.
Now, also, as I understand, it's a 5-year program. So I remember you were awarded a scholarship. It was something like $40,000 a year off in tuition, which is great. College can be very expensive, and especially when you add that up over the 5 years, you save in total $200,000, which is that's just fantastic. Is that correct, though? I just want to make sure that I'm getting that right. Can
Yeah.
you can you um can you maybe just talk a little bit about the offer just to make sure that I'm explaining it?
Yeah, it was actually at first the offer was about 30,000 a year. And then my family and I emailed the financial aid office and just asked for more, and they offered about 10,000 more per year.
That's
And
right. I think that's great. Most people don't know that you're able to do that, that you can
yeah,
actually email with the office there and get more money. And it's amazing because in just a few emails, you save an extra 10 grand a year over 5 years. That's $50,000. Those are some quick bang for your buck in terms of your emails. That's
yeah.
great.
It was also helpful to have an offer from another school to be able to tell them about that and, kind of compare the two.
That's right. You can be strategic that way as
Yeah.
well. So that's great that you were able to do that. Um, Gus, is there anything else that comes to mind just about working together, what our experience was like from your end? Anything that comes to mind?
I don't think there's anything I haven't said already.
That sounds great. I think your mom is there too. Is that right? Is she still there?
Hi.
Hey, hey, great to see you, Maria. I was just wondering, from your perspective, is there anything, what was it like for you, with me working with Gus?
I think we were like a little late with deciding that this is what Gus wanted to do, because it wasn't until his senior year. And so when he started working with you, I remember the first day he walked out of lesson with you, and he was like, "I love my teacher." And so we were just really happy that he found somebody who he could relate to, and talk to. So it was definitely, and I think what Gus said before, how it helped with his confidence, is definitely true. I could see that, as he spent time with you, he's got more confident in his ability, and thought like, oh, maybe I can really do this.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. I I really appreciate it, you both. Thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, also one more thing.
Yeah.
I did the summer program at Eastman going into my senior year of high school. And I think that was like the main thing that helped me get in to the school. Mr. Kilmer said to me, he was like, I think that summer is what got you into Eastman.
Did you really say that?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's another thing that people don't know. That's right. It's almost like you find the teachers at the schools. Well, you find the schools you want to go to and the teachers who are at those schools, and then you figure out where they are and you find ways to work with them ahead of time so they
Yeah.
get to know you. People don't know that that's something else that's really helpful as you go through the process.
Like
Happy
Mr. Kilmer, he's always having prospective students there taking lessons with him. And it seems that kids who do that have a better chance.
Like an edge.
That's right. Understanding the strategy is a big part of all of this. That's just great. And I'm so happy it worked out.
In the summer program too, Mr. Kilmer didn't even work in the program. It was one of his graduate students, but then she was still at the school. So then she was able to speak to, what Gus was like, and as a player and as a student and everything. So it doesn't even have to necessarily be, it's just like that the program as a whole, I think him having experience with it was helpful.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. All right. Thanks for sharing that too. Thank you guys. It's great to see you.
Yeah. Thank you.